everybody, welcome to Chinese Pod. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe. In today's lesson about tone changes, we are going to talk about more third tone combinations and about the various pronunciations that come with those. And the topic of our dialogue is something that I find of significant importance as a German because it is about punctuality.
Punctuality. So in Chinese, that's 准时. 准时, to be on time. And the dialogue has a little bit of tongue-in-cheek conversation. So let's go check that out right now.
今天的表演几点开始
？5点。你可以准时到吗？
我还在路上，有可能晚点到。
我敢打赌，你一定会迟到的。
哈哈，你真了解我。今天的表演几点开始
？5点。你可以准时到吗？
我还在路上，有可能晚点到。
我敢打赌，你一定会迟到的。
哈哈，你真了解我。今天的表演几点开始
？5点。你可以准时到吗？
我还在路上，有可能晚点到。
我敢打赌，你一定会迟到的。
哈哈，你真了解我。
All right, so now that we've seen the dialogue a few times, let's break it down line by line. 今天的表演几点开始？
At what time does today's performance start?
今天的表演几点开始？
At what time does today's performance start?
今天的表演几点开始？5点。你可以准时到吗？
At 5. Can you make it on time?
5点。你可以准时到吗？
At 5. Can you make it on time?
5点。你可以准时到吗？我还在路上。
I'm still on the road.
我还在路上。
I'm still on the road.
我还在路上。有可能晚点到。
I might arrive a little bit late.
有可能晚点到。
I might arrive a little bit late.
有可能晚点到。我敢打赌。
I could bet.
我敢打赌。
I could bet.
我敢打赌，你一定会迟到的。
You'll definitely be late.
你一定会迟到的。
You'll definitely be late.
你一定会迟到的。哈哈，你真了解我。
You really know me.
哈哈，你真了解我。
You really know me.
你真了解我。So today's conversation is about two people talking about tardiness. One suspects that the other one's definitely going to be late. The first sentence goes like this. 今天的表演几点开始? So we have two third tone sets of words. The very first one is 表演,
which is performance. And yeah, two third tones together, so the first changes to a second tone, it becomes 表演.
And the second one is 几点,
which means when or at what time. And two third tones again, so 几点.
And if we put it together, it flows exactly the same. 表演几点? So the whole sentence goes, 今天的表演几点开始? And the way I'm separating it is, today's performance, what time does it start? So the natural pauses or the flow will just be depending on how you organize the information. Okay, so what time is the performance? Of course, it has to be third tones. So that's going to be 5 o'clock, 5点.
5点. Two third tones together, the first one becomes the second. 5点.
Exactly. And then he says, 你可以准时到吗? Can you be there on time? So I've got different third tones again. 可以.
Normally would be just two third tones. So it's 可以.
Exactly. And then I have 准时.
准时.
To be on time. So that's 3-2. But if I put them together, it goes 可以准时.
可以准时.
Yeah.
So second, second, third, and a normal second.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the way to remember it is that it just sort of rolls in together. 可以准时. So 可以, can, and then be on time separately. Can I be on time? Can you be on time? It rolls together into one unit.
Okay, and now we put a 你 in front of this, so it's like a half third tone, right? So it's 你可以准时.
And then 到吗? To
Okay.
arrive there. We can also make the sentence shorter. 你可以准时吗? Can you be on time? 你可以准时到吗? Can you arrive on time? Both are okay.
So then the other person answers that he's still on the road and that they might be a little bit late. So what did he say in Chinese?
我还在路上. Still on the road. Okay, and then it goes to the next one. 有可能晚点到. 有可能, I paused before that, I paused after that. So 有可能, maybe. 可能 is a very common phrase, and this can actually stand alone. So if I ask Joe, will I see you tomorrow?
有可能.
Oh, 有可能, perhaps, maybe. I'm going to give you another maybe word. That's 2 third tones. 也许.
Oh yeah, 也许, which is maybe.
Perhaps, maybe. 也许 or 有可能. Now, both of these phrases can be followed by other words as well. So here it says 有可能晚点到. Now, our third tone change words are 晚点.
晚点. And then together with 到, arrive.
Yeah. 晚点, a bit late. 晚 for 晚上, so evening. 晚点. So the whole sentence together goes 有可能晚点到. Okay, so we're betting that someone's gonna be late. And we use the phrase 我敢打赌. Now, to separate these two, 我敢, I dare. 打赌, bet. These are all third tone words.
So like 2 units are made up of 2 third tone words. It's 我敢打赌.
I dare to place a bet. 我敢打赌. Oh, what can we do with this word?
I remember you told me about your cooking class, right?
Oh yeah, I'm taking French cooking class and I'll be learning to make French pastries.
我敢打赌你一定会变胖.
我一定会变胖. Uh-oh, I need to think about whether I want to do this class. But I did hear that if you're in the kitchen all day, you might not necessarily eat the desserts yourself.
Oh, yeah, maybe you end up fed up just by looking at it. So
Yeah, definitely. And you told me about that dating app. 我敢打赌你一定交不到女朋友.
what makes you think I want one?
Fair point, really. Okay, what else can we bet?
I'll get a little bit meaner now.
Oh,
我敢打赌你一定赚不到钱.
我赚不到钱. Oh, so you know about that investment I was making.
So I'm not necessarily mean. I might just warn you.
Ah, a little bit mean. It's like, I bet you wouldn't make any money. 我敢打赌你一定赚不到钱. Okay, we need to stop betting now.
Yeah.
You're definitely gonna be late. 你一定会迟到的. So we end that sentence with 的. How would you explain that particle?
De in the end of a sentence is often used as a modal particle that says that somebody is very certain about things. So it fits actually the use of 一定 something something 的.
I'm certain you're going to be late. So 你一定会迟到的. Or 你一定会变胖的. Definitely gonna get fat. Now, this 的 is to differentiate from 的 as in belonging to, which comes in the middle of the sentence right before a noun. So this is a different 的, and that comes at the end of the sentence. You know me so well. So in Chinese, that's 你真了解我. 你真了解我. Now, our third tone words are 了解.
Which is to understand or to know, and normally 2 third tones, so it would be 了解.
Exactly. Now, 了解 can also stand as a got it in like a business situation or more formalized situation. 了解, period. It just means, all right, got it, got your instructions. Okay, and when we say 你真了解我, oh, you know me so well, you understand me so well. 了解, we can also use 懂. 你真懂我. You understand me so well.
Just to clarify, 了解我 and 懂我 they're all third tones, right?
Yeah, exactly. So 了解 stands alone. When we add 我 at the end, the object, that goes 了解我. 2, 2, 3. And then 懂我, our normal third tone pattern. Okay, can you make a sentence using 了解?
Okay. 我不了解你说什么.
Okay, so that's 2 separate sentences. 我不了解. I don't get it. 你说什么? What are you saying? Okay, so something that's interesting is we can actually put those 2 into one sentence, and that would make a different sentence. So see if you can hear the tone change. 我不了解你说什么.
Okay, so now that you put them closer together, it becomes actually, I don't understand what you are saying. And you changed 了解你.
Yeah.
So like second, third, because now those 3 are kind of together, right?
Yeah. So 了解, when it ends, it'll be the normal 2-3 variation. But if it's 了解你, understand you with another object, then it becomes 2-2-3.
So after discussing all this, let's try listening to those third tones again.
今天的表演几点开始？
5点，你可以准时到吗？
我还在路上，有可能晚点到。
我敢打赌，你一定会迟到的。
哈哈，你真了解我。今天的表演几点开始
？5点，你可以准时到吗？
我还在路上，有可能晚点到。
我敢打赌，你一定会迟到的。
哈哈，你真了解我。今天的表演几点开始
？5点，你可以准时到吗？
我还在路上，有可能晚点到。
我敢打赌，你一定会迟到的。
哈哈，你真了解我。
Okay, so this dialogue was all about tardiness and most importantly, a bunch of third tones again. So you can look at our other videos if you want to know more about these third tone patterns. But just remember that even though you want to follow the rules, it's mostly important in long sentences to hear the flow and don't worry too much about how each of them is broken down.
Because even sometimes when you get it wrong, people will still understand you. And you just remember, third tones don't like each other. Don't try to avoid pairing them.
Yeah. Okay, if you have any questions or comments or other third tone words you can make some sentences, please feel free to leave them below. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Chinese pot, Chinese pot.